What's up, everybody? So today I wanted to do Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Apologies for not uploading last week. I've been very ill. As you can probably tell today, my throat's a bit fucked, so apologies if I cough or anything in the videos. I'm not sure. I'm trying to keep it as clean as possible. Sipping the good old monster there to keep me going. But anyway, obviously I was ill last week, so I got a bit of downtime for a change. I actually managed to sit down and I thought, what games do you want to play? I've got Resident Evil quite cheap. I've got it for about 25 quid, something like that. So a friend of mine's played it, said it's really good. It's not a massively huge game. So I had a go on that the weekend, and yeah, ended up playing it at stupid o'clock in the morning, pitch black. It does shit you up quite good. The settings on it, and whoever's done the theatrical side and the sounds and everything else, sound effects have been very, very good on it, so I was quite impressed. Today though, we're going to be focusing on the GTX 1080Ti in the amplifier and the 970M on the Alienware 15. We're going to compare the graphical settings between the two, frame testing, the usual stuff that we do for that. But I will do a second video briefly touching on the actual game itself, a light review if you'd like, and just a bit of the gameplay as well, and throw that all together just to let you know what it's like and whether it's worth buying for yourself. Let's get stuck in. Okay, so we're going to do, we're on 1080p at the moment. I had some drama trying to get this to run in 1080p because it kind of defaulted itself to 4K quite a lot. I have no idea. The only reason I managed to get around that was going into GeForce Experience itself and physically optimising the game to run. It tried to run it in 2K, but I physically forced it to run in 1080p, and since then I've had no problems. Let's see if we can load something where there's hopefully something I can kill. I do not remember exactly where we are up to. I just did multiple saves. Okay, we're in the trailer, so yeah, we're outside the house. I will not say too much about where we are and what we're doing so far, because I'll say that for the gameplay video. I'm aware that you're probably going to pick up the sound of the fans on the microphone. I do apologise, but they are going literally ballistic. They'll go flat out as soon as this turns on and into the game. 10 seconds in, bang, fans are on full blast. I've turned things down to low, although I've literally turned everything down that I can. Motion blur, turn that off. Literally just turn down all the stuff. You see what frame this is 1080p by the way, so we're on 1080p. I'm pretty sure you did see that. Going mad, yeah, 1080p. V-Sync's off, so it shouldn't interfere with the frames. Let's go out. I managed to play this sat on my lap with ventilation on my lap. Obviously I was plugged into the power, but with everything on full, I managed between 50 and 60 frames, which is perfect for me, and that was in 1080p. I did try and do it into 4K when it was defaulting, and literally shit don't even load. It gives like 3 frames a second. It's disgusting when you're trying to use the onboard. So we're literally just going to see 4K and save that for when we play it on the TI. I think I've cleared out the boathouse. I mean, sitting around 70 frames a second. I hope that you can pick up the fraps counter there. I've got fraps top left and GeForce bottom left. In my last video, they were both there, but they didn't display or pick anything up, but 80 frames a second there. So it is very playable, and what we'll do is we'll just literally... I didn't play around with the settings too much when we first got this. I didn't have V-Sync on. Rendering method, normal. Turn that up to very high. Motion blur, put that on. Shadow quality, we want that to be very high. Shadows on, shadow cache on, volume on. I'm not too sure what a lot of this is. I'm assuming it's graphical settings, lens flare, stuff like that. Yeah, put that on as well. Chromatic aberration. Okay, so we put all that on. It's going to reload. You see it's on a bit of a moment now. I don't think it likes changing settings mid-game. because we've dropped down to about 20 frames. Let me reload with the settings we've checked and we'll see if it's still the same. Okay, so a bit strange. As soon as I hit the record there, I changed on shadow quality and bits and pieces, shadow cache, and it literally slayed the FPS. I've put it back to reset defaults, where everything is kind of on high. There's no, that's a bit confusing because there's no high, or very high, low, medium settings. You have to go through and manually tweak everything. I mean, I had that on very high, and the rest of it is pretty much on. There's no dramas, and 50-60 frames a second. That's probably what I've been playing it on. So, I mean, it looks pretty good to me in 1080p. I mean, we'll play with a few of them settings on the TI card. That way, we've got a bit more to play with. I did have the odd moment where it kind of dropped frames for a second or two. I don't know why that is, but maybe it's certain parts in the game. If I jump around too quickly, I don't know, but I did that then, just there. So it's a bit strange. I don't know. Ooh. I might save this for you for the TI, because keep this section a little bit quieter. Have I been in here already and looted the shit out? Yeah, we've looted the shit out of everything else. I think I had to go and get the key cards. So I've got the Resident key cards, yeah. Okay, we'll come back on the TI card. We'll start hopefully in 1080p if it will allow me to, and we'll go from there. Okay, so VSync was on. As soon as you turn on capture at 60 with your refreshes and the amplifier, the fans are on low on my Alienware 15. You can't really hear them, I don't think. Nothing like they were before. As soon as you turn VSync off, I can hear the 1080 Ti fans kick in, and the frames literally just rocket from 60, capped at 60, up to 200 and whatever. Okay. I've saved all these strategically before boss fights, so hopefully shit's about to go down. Can I skip? No, I can't skip. Gonna have to fight some prick again in a sec.
Not now. We don't have the time.
We don't have the time. You fucking... Are you shitting me? Can I step past you? No, I can't. Oh, that sucks. We'll jump back out when I'm not fighting a boss, that might help. Yeah, I skipped the scene where certain things happen in the game. I don't want to spoil it for you. It's not what this video is about. I've got to fight this blob of shit now, so 130 frames. Bear in mind we're in a cat scene. We've got to shoot this fat type of shit's eyes out. Yeah, cheers, buddy. Not going to be very conservative with ammunition. Reload! I mean, yeah, hitting 150 frames. Nice, comfortable. No dramas. Ouch. Mate, just give me something that can enjoy the flame. Yeah, 140. What I'll do is, I mean, as soon as you get into a boss fight, the frames just plummeted. I mean, depending where we're in the game, I did do a bit of testing in the salt mines later on, and I was getting 250 frames. So everything is on. Put that on high as well. Literally everything is maxed out, I think, and it's dropped a little bit, but still 150 frames in 1080. So I've got the pistol now. Cheers, guy. Some health. Yeah, take your time. Boom. I think there's one more shot. There's another one there. One on his arse, remember that. Where is it? I already shot that one. It's pissing blood. I'll shoot these other right. I mean, we're still on 130 frames a second. I'm hoping you can see the frame capture that I've got on. You can hit me now, aren't you? Yeah, you missed me, bitch. One there. Fuck it, let's give him the grenade launcher. Come on. Really? Come on, come on. Oh. Did he just break it there and then on his... Can't even hit it. Gotcha. He ain't done yet, he ain't done yet. We'll jump back out before he kills me. We're going to jump back in. If I can, I'll do some 2K. If not, we'll jump back in on some 4K and we'll tweak the settings as well and see how well it fares. Okay, so we've come back in and I've changed the resolution. I think we've gone off for 2K. It was 2048 by 1152, which is 2K or 16 by 9 anyway. So as far as the graphics settings, I've left them where they were. They're on very high and everything was pretty much on. I'm losing the mouse wheel. Oh, the pain. That's pretty much it. So we dropped, there we go, so we're sitting around 200 frames a second in 2K. Just picked a random part of the game where it's not going to, hopefully not spoil the gameplay. Battery. Oh, there it is. Okay. Right about that stuff. I think it was explosives. Yeah. Memory served me well. So it's still around the 190, 200 frames. And then we put the battery in. I think there's a big fat mould come down in a minute. Shotgun. Heavy ammunition in. Right. Okay.
Fuck you too.
Still sitting pretty on 180, 190. I'm waiting for this fat tub of shit to come out of the air. Boom. Come on. Out of that ammo. Swap it back. Surely I can't take this out with a pistol. I used the shotgun last time. I'll jump back into the shotgun. Yeah, that's a flamer. It's so slow. That's it. 170. Yeah. I'm not going to play around with the settings. I'll keep them on max. Or it's pretty much on, to my understanding, the maximum. So what we might do is I can't save it. I forget. You can't just randomly save it. You have to be at a save point. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, can't remember the number to get through now. Antique coins, need them. You need them big time. But what I can do, I can literally, I'm sure I could save it here. Oh, I can't save it here. Oh mate. Okay. No. Let's try that again. 1408. Yeehaw.
Hey, this is a test of skills, so no cheating. That shit you're carrying, get rid of it.
I have to literally now chuck all of my shit into this. Okay, we will. I don't know why I'm doing that. We'll literally jump back out and I'll come back in. We'll do the same scene on 4K. So hopefully it gives us a direct comparison instead of a different part of the game. So we'll jump back in on 4K and see what we get. Okay, so we are back in on 4K, just to clarify for you to the resolutions. 3840 by 2160, full 4K. VSync is off. Let's turn it on. Does it actually drop the frames? Not really. Very high. Everything's kind of on. This is hopefully not going to crucify the card. Okay, so we're sitting around about 60 frames a second. As I said, we're going to run through the same scene again because that way we can see the same settings as we had before, and the frames should be consistent because running the same part of the game again, so there's no different surroundings, environments to skew the results. But we're sitting pretty at 60. And as we know, there's a bomb. If the fat shit come down the stairs or come down the lift. I mean, it is sitting at 60 frames a second in 4K on full graphical settings is great. Very happy with that. Wait for this type of shit to come down. 61. There you come.
Fuck you too.
69, oh, makes it a bit darker. Hit 70 as well. I used to think these are really hard to kill. You face quite a few of them later on in the game. Easy. That's not going to reach. It's not going to reach. Shotgun it is. I might just go down there and front him. probably not going to be susceptible to flame. There it goes. It's going to explode now. Well, it's sat at 60 frames a second, between 58 and 71 in 4K, which is really good. Very happy with that. I suppose if we did go onto the external screen, which I'm not going to do this time, my 4K TV would probably sit around 77 as a high, I'd imagine, running this scene again. But the quality difference, obviously, just going from 2K to 4K is huge. I mean, I said this monitor doesn't support 1440p, but overall, very happy with it. Don't forget my antique coin. Yeah, don't spunk your ammunition like I've been doing, like proper shooting at stuff and wasting it, because you will regret. You'll live to regret it. And now it doesn't let me through because we've got the puzzle to do.
Playing this is a test of skill, so don't cheat. That shit you're carrying, get rid of it.
So we'll give this one a rest now. But so far, yeah, I mean, we've done the 4K, and we will do a conclusion at the end. Okay, so there we have it. We've run the 970M, pleasurable frames per second in 1080p, 50 to 60 frames, consistent with the graphics settings turned up. It's playable, sitting on your lap, it's good. The fans do go a bit ham though, they go absolutely ballistic from start to finish, so the sound of the fans and the audio, I do apologise, but it's a sensitive microphone, it's going to pick up all of them bits and pieces, but that is what you're going to have to deal with when you're playing that game. Onboard graphics, it's going to be going full stop, flat out. When we swapped to the amplifier, I mean, we didn't do 4K on board because there was no point. It was like 3 or 4 frames a second. It just absolutely killed it. It couldn't handle it. Once we got the amplifier connected, we did 1080p. I did a couple of basic tests in various parts of the game. I mean, the one that you saw there, it was, 170 down to 130, 140, 150 when we were playing the boss. So very good for 1080p. I did try in the salt mines, which is later. You'll come across that later on in the game. I had 250 to 270 frames a second in there. So depending on the environment, what's going on, you're gonna fluctuate. But yeah, 150 upwards really all the time. Come back out, jumped in on 2K. Not 1440. My monitor don't support 1440, so it's 2048 by 1152, which is basically 2K. Played very well, good frames, high frame rate. Jumped back in on 4K. We stacked up the settings to ultra, what the equivalent of ultra. Everything was on or very high. We turned it all on, and sat at literally 60 frames a second. It dipped under it to 50, 58, 57, 58 is the lowest it went in 4K, and we had highs of 70, 71. So I did try and run the last two scenes of the 2 and the 4K because that's where we're going to see the difference. The same scene for both of the settings, so that way we can get a good contrast between what we were seeing in frames and bits and pieces. Hopefully you'll see the difference in the quality when you watch the playback. But we'll have to just say there. But yeah, frame wise, I'm very happy. 70 frames a second in 4K with everything maxed out. You're not going to get that on anything else. The 1080 Ti is literally just blistered through that. So very happy. Next video will also be obviously in the next video, but my next game video is going to be Resident Evil review. We're going to review the game. I'm going to go through the actual gameplay itself, how it differs from the older Resident Evils. Going to do a bit of a review on it, a bit of gameplay. Just get a feel for the game. See if you guys are enjoying it as much as I did, because I could literally sit there and play it all again. Blitz through it in about 8 hours, but I was very happy with it, and yeah, I'd happily play it again. The storyline I thought was very good. Thank you very much for all the subs and everything. We're at 600 plus now, so the channel's growing quite nicely. If you are the first time watching this, watching my videos on my channel, please like and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate all the support. I've also bought Mass Effect Andromeda as well, a new game. Bought that yesterday, so I'm just going to finish up on Resident Evil. We'll uninstall it and then we'll chuck Mass Effect. It's an absolutely fucking huge game. It's 55 gig download, so It's a good thing I got fibre here because it's going to take a long time to download. Not only that, my poor little 250 SSD can only really cope with a couple of games on there. That I think is about 30 gig, and then for Honor is about 40 gig as well. So it's literally maxed out my SSD. So I need to get rid of one of them. I've nearly finished with that for Honor as well. So we'll get Mass Effect on there. We'll do the other Resident Evil video, and we'll free up some space for some new games. But once again, thanks for your time, guys. Like, subscribe. I'll chuck the bits down below in the comment section for my socials. I've been messaging you guys back on Instagram bits and pieces, but yeah, they're all down there, so follow me on there and give me a shout out. There'll also be extra videos and clips and bits and pieces that I'm not going to put on the channel that will be on the social, well, mainly on the Instagram. But yeah, check it out, and I'll see you guys again soon.